Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes and
Moose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give us your thumbs, please and thank you. So if you are new here, every Thursday we have a segment here on our channel, which is actually the most popular segment on our channel, and I will get into that in just a second. But Mike will tell you what segment it is. It is
Tile of the Week! Thursday!
And apologies that last week I just jumped straight in and didn't give Mike a chance to sing. And
let me.
one of our friends who was like, wait, stop, in the comments. So sorry. He did it this time. So for those of you who don't know, and those that have been here week after week, I am going to give you a quick refresher. We are doing Tile of the Week Thursday, which is this, or featuring this book, 100 Crochet Tiles. It is edited by Sarah Callard. You can get a copy of this on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it many other places, but Amazon is where this came from, and it is easily accessible to all. I am not sponsored or affiliated. I am just giving you the info that you might need should you wish to get a copy for yourself. FYI, the spine of the book is absolute crud. The pages fall out and it is absolutely useless. So do what some of our American friends have done and get it spiral bound, and then you won't get as frustrated with it as what I do. But it was gifted to me in Happy Mail, and as I opened the Happy Mail, I made a pledge on my channel in front of the camera for the whole YouTube streets to hear me say, I'm going to make all 100 crochet tiles, one a week, till it's done. That's where we are right now, folks. That's what this segment is. And Mike has very kindly said that he would join me along the way.
They're still looking through the book. There still may be time when I throw in the towel. You never know.
And in true Manfa style, I have forgotten what week we are on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I won't throw in the towel. I will do my damnedest to get all of these tiles done. Looking at some of them, I am
29.
not intimidated, but realistic in the fact that I may not be able to do them.
We will have to wait and see, guys.
But I'm going to try them anyway.
Yeah, Mike also sees this sort of thing as a personal challenge, and with Mike's stubborn traits in his personality, he will not let something defeat him. So he will do his best to carry on regardless. But yes, a little later on in the book comes mosaic and tapestry crochet. So they do up the ante, and then towards the end of the book, they don't even do square tiles anymore. So it could get interesting, folks. But anyway, we have 100 of them to do, and this week we are showcasing tile number 29. So this was Pandora, designed by Hattie Risdale. We basically had to make 9 mini granny squares and join them together and put a border around the edge. But I will show you, if I can, what it is supposed to look like without giving too much of the pattern away. There we go. That is what we were intending to create. Now this week we have a little bit of a different story for you. So it was getting down to crunch time over the weekend, because we tend to do our tiles on a Sunday. But if there is the odd weekend where I don't have to work at all, which last weekend was one of those rare occurrences, I do try and encourage that Mike and I start it on the Saturday, and then if it rolls into the Sunday, by the end of the weekend we're still done and ready to film for you guys on a Thursday. Well, Mike was adamant on the Saturday that he wanted to get some work in on his hug, and that there would be plenty of time on Sunday, so we didn't do any on the Saturday. And then Sunday came round, and there's the normal Sunday chores and bits and pieces that we need to do, and I was getting highly frustrated that we hadn't even started the tile. We weren't going to start it until late in the evening, and I was getting cranky that it would go over into a Monday, which I really don't like it when that happens. So Mike said, well, you crack on and I'll just have the book when you're finished with it and do it by myself. And I went, don't know if this week is the right week to do that. And he said, why? I said, because it's again joining motifs and doing weird and wonderful things. And he said, I can do it. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, I can do it. I said, oh, really? I said, and then you'll pick up the book and every 2 minutes it'll be, babe, how do I do this? Babe, babe, babe. I said, if I'm doing it independently, then you are literally on your own. You having that book, you're doing whatever you think, and I am not to be interrupted. And he went, fine, challenge accepted. So basically, I did mine, finished it really, really quick. Then when Mike had finished doing everything that he needed to do, he sat down with the book. Didn't need any help from me, guys. He proved me completely wrong.
And I did it really, really quick.
And I was expecting Mike to have to go over a couple of evenings, but he had got it done in just over an hour, I think, if that. So actually, guys, appearances can be deceiving, and Mike is clearly a lot further along in his pattern reading than I give him credit for. So my bad. Mike proved me wrong, but actually it was interesting, and it was quite nice to work independently, because when I knew that my tile was done, I could go back to the crochet that I needed or wanted to do.
And I did my crochet that I needed and wanted to do beforehand.
Yeah, so it worked out well. I don't know if we are going to try this experiment again. It probably won't be a very good idea to do it when the mosaic and the tapestry come in. He is really going to need my help then.
I think that was the only one, to be fair. I do like doing it together.
I actually think, though, if there was any other reason as to why we had to work on it independently, I do think Mike would be pretty okay for the next few that are coming up over the next few weeks, because I don't think there would be anything in them that he hasn't already attempted or wouldn't be able to figure out, because actually Mike, like myself, follows the charts or diagrams easier than the written instructions. Now, if you remember last week, with the other square motifs that we joined, she didn't actually clarify that you had to fasten off and do the motifs separately and join them slightly differently. Couple of annoyances for me with this one is the fact that she couldn't even be bothered to type the full word sometimes. I'm supposed to say follow, and she just put fol. Just a personal irritants for me, and also how she has done the colour combinations for the 9 squares. It doesn't correspond with the diagram of how you attach the squares, because in mine the top middle and bottom middle have the same outer colour, whereas in hers and in the picture, if I show you, that outer colour, that limey yellowy green, is not that pinky peach. So all of hers are not repeated in the same row or column, but mine do.
Are as well.
Yeah, but then when Mike did it independently and I didn't interfere, his turned out exactly the same way. So I personally feel that the colour chart that she mapped out does not correspond with the colour combinations that she put together. Now, that isn't really an issue for me, because as you know, Mike and I have no end goals for any of these tiles as of yet, so it really isn't a big deal. But if you were making this tile for a particular project and you had specific colours for specific reasons or special meanings or anything like that, you might get irritated that the colour map doesn't correlate between what she's written and what you make. So just bear that in mind if you are going to make this one. But other than that, I think it was really simple, really quick, pretty easy. It helped doing the motifs the week before in the joining method this time, because after having done that, you kind of see where she's going with the join as you go method that she's done. Is it a tile that I particularly like or find attractive? No. Is it something that I would make again? No. Am I glad I done it? Yeah, because it's another one ticked off, right? So that's really all I can say about it. And because I had selected my 7 colours, Mike did the same 7 colours, but he did it in a different colour order. So you will see the same set of colours, just in a different order. So mine looks like this. And as you can see, there is a peach one here and a peach one down here, which is not how the colour sequence goes in the book. But I really am not that fussed, not really. It just bugs me when you think, you know, before patterns are published, you would think that they get tested and these kind of things are supposed to be found and caught before they're published. But it happens sometimes, guys, and I'm sure if I spoke to Hattie Risdale and said, she might look at it and go, oh yeah, that needs tweaking, but by the time it's published in a book, it's pretty much too late, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. But for me, it's too gappy, way too holy for my liking. For me, it wouldn't serve a purpose in any shape or form. I suppose the only thing you could do is make it out of cotton and make it a hot pad. But then with these massive gaps here, I would worry that the heat would still scorch whatever worktop you're trying to protect. So this really is a never againer. But not because it was hard, just I don't like it. So that was mine.
So here's mine. And as you can see, I have the pink and the pink. It's exactly the same way.
Yeah.
But
actually, yours is supposed to go that way.
Okay.
Because this was your first one.
Yeah, all right, fine. So there you go. But I wouldn't do it again. Well, that's not necessarily true. I would do it again. I enjoyed doing this one. But I wouldn't have an end goal for it.
No.
But I can tell you that Lynette Charmed Grammy.
That is the person that
Crochet,
said, wait, stop, he didn't sing.
She is making some of these into a bag, and I think that, on a bag background, would be pretty good.
Why? When all you could see through those big holes is liner. It wouldn't
doesn't
work.
have to be liner. You put it on the front, like, so it was, the liner's in there. And you just
right, so this is the bag that we keep our tiles in every week. It's by the lovely Rita, Lena's Designs Rita. You know, get in touch with her if you want a bag. This is the bag that our tiles live in.
Yeah.
And Mike is saying if you've already got an existing bag, you could stitch that as a motif on the front. Now I understand what he means.
And you could see the pattern of the bag in the gaps.
If I was to make this again, I would just make 4 extra squares and have a solid tile. I would just fill in those gaps with 4 extra squares and make it an actual, you know, but actually I wouldn't even, I don't think I would, because it bothers me that it's not a straight side either. So I don't know, I'm not making it again. But it was simple, it was easy. Like I said, it helped doing last week's in understanding the joining process that she wanted from us. Mm-hmm. The fact that Mike could do it completely independently without any of my help is amazing and super impressive. But then, like he said, it's not really difficult to make. It's just knowing how she wants you to join them and how the border goes, really.
Yeah.
So that
she explained it really well, to be fair.
Yeah,
it wasn't that hard.
Not finishing her bloody words.
But that didn't bother me. So.
But you know,
like I knew what it meant.
I know we know what it means, but it's just lazy, and it's not an official like shortened way of saying that. Maybe it's a typo from the printer's errors. I don't know, but I'll give you an example. Make and join remaining squares in same way. Full assembly diagram. What is full? It's not a word. Anyway, that's my little rant over with. So that was tile 29, which means, guys, we are on tile 30 next week, which means we are steaming along. What were you going to say?
Didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. And this was called Pandora. I don't even know if I told you it was called Pandora, but that is Pandora. Pandora's box has lots of holes and faults in it.
Yeah, see that? I've got the red now in the middle. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just really not me. Next week's is called Spring Garden, and it is by Anna Marie Suarez, who has done plenty of the previous tiles that we have done. And don't shout at me, but seeing as this book is falling apart anyway, and I would normally scream and be like, what are you doing to that book? But literally, guys, it is a perforated page. like it is meant to be ripped out. It's not me completely destroying a book, I promise. And at some point I might get it spiral bound or put it in a folder of my own. I just haven't got there yet. But this is Spring Garden. This is what we are going to be attempting to make next week. So we are going back to the larger tiles because this one has 15 rounds. And we are going to need 4 colours. Easy enough. All of these tiles that we are making, guys, we use DK scraps out of our scrap bin. We normally use our 4mm clover and more, and that is the case for both of these tiles that we have shown tonight, and will probably be the case for the tiles we show next week. Most of our scraps are just mainly DK, and that's just how it's rolling at the moment. We don't seem to be eating our scraps up, which was the whole point, but these tiles literally take the most tiniest amounts that you could probably make 50 of these and still have your original scrap ball. So.
but soon I will be starting an amigurumi.
Yeah. So
maybe I can start eating the yarn.
Maybe. Depends what you choose to make, what colour and stuff.
If the
Our scraps will go eventually, guys, and this is the perfect project because if you just need a tiny amount of yarn, then...
Although, sorry, when I finish my shawl, I'll be adding more.
Yes, that is true. Every project we make, more goes into the bin than what we use. So at some point, I think we are going to have to, or I'm possibly going to have to do a bigger, scrappier project to try and get some of those scraps down. But on the flip side of it, it's nice to have lots of different options for the tiles every week. So maybe after the tile project, we'll see where our scrap bin is at after the tile project. And then we may have to eat them up into a big donation blanket or something.
Or we'll have to buy a scrap skip.
Yeah, we haven't got room for one of them. So yes, anyway guys, that was this week's Tile of the Week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your time each and every time you click on. Let me know what you think. Did you like that one? Is it your thing? What would you do with it if you had made it? How would you utilise it into being something useful? Give me some ideas, because at the minute they're just going to go in a bag with all the rest and stay there until all 200 are done. And we still don't have an idea what we're going to do with them. But anyway, it's nice to do something different, and nice to... For Mike, he has said in the past as well that it's nice for him to start learning new bits and pieces along the way and increasing his crochet knowledge. For me, there isn't an awful lot that I'm gleaning from doing this, other than you guys love it. It's a segment that we're going to see through to the end because we're both stubborn as heck. And it's a challenge in itself, thinking we've got to do the tile, and there are some Sundays, most Sundays, where we're like, So that in itself is a challenge, and then when we get it done, we're like, oh, that's that for another week. Happy days. So we are getting there. We are getting there, and we will be over halfway before the end of the year. So we'll just keep plugging away at it, guys. But no pressure to join in. Thank you to all our friends who are joining in, though. There are several other podcasters that are doing hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday. If you put that in the search bar of YouTube, a lot of their videos should pop up too. So please do search them out, check them out, watch their content, throw some yarn in their window if you haven't already. And
you might see me and Sam on other channels.
We might just pop up where you least expect us. Because Mike has done 2 intros for 2 different friends, and I've done an intro for another person. So you never know when you're going to see us, guys. But we will be back tomorrow with a crochet catch-up, which is where we showcase all the other crochet we have managed to do this week.
Yep.
Saturday, we are hoping to do a live, but we do not know for sure yet, as we have all 4 children home this weekend. So that might be a don't know yet. Sunday... I don't know. Monday is Magazine Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday, I don't know. And then we're back to
Tile of the Week. Thursday.
There you go, Lynette. I got him to do it twice to make up for last week. Anyway, guys, we are going to let you go. Thank you so much, like I said just now, for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please leave that thumbprint on the way out after this video ends. We will see you around the YouTube streets every single day. There is content every day here on this channel, so please do stay tuned. You never know what we're going to put up for you. And until we see you again,
stay safe.
Be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get some good quality crafting time in.
We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube streets.
Bye, guys. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.